I grew up going to church, being the good girl. I was in a lot of structures that I've broken free from, right? But I grew up in a lot of structures where a lot of people that were models to me that I looked up to were not embodying what they taught. It's so easy to teach something and not live it. It's easier to talk about something than embody it. Can I share with you what I did this morning? I allowed myself to cry because things were coming through me that needed to be released. And, even a year ago, I think I would hesitate sharing that with you guys because, I need to be professional and an expert in this space. And while I carry that, I also carry the fact that I'm still a student of healing and I receive the medicine I give to others. Everything that I create, everything that I offer, the healing that my clients walk through, I walk through it as well. I walk through it too. And, I want to encourage you guys, if there's people in this space who you're building something, you're wanting to build something, or you are looking for a coach or looking for a safe guide, they are ones that take their own medicine. The transformation happens when we embody. And so this morning, all last week I was calling in beautiful things in my life, things that I've desired, opening up my heart space, which I encourage all of you guys to do. If something's in your heart, it's there for a reason. You're safe to pursue that. But very often when we call that in, if any emotion is sitting in our body, it also needs to be held in safe space so that it can be released. And, December 1st marked a really significant time in my life. And there are certain things as I enter past December 1st that will not serve me going into this year. My year for my business actually starts December 1st, not January 1st. So, I took some sacred space last week to really reflect on the year. What do I want to change? What do I want to keep building? And, some very, very clear things have come up in my space that I cannot bring with me. And so, no matter where you are right now, I want you to reflect on, what do you need to let go of? What's not going to enter 2025? And, part of me part of me struggles with this because, and I want to be careful of my words here, but it's just, our culture puts so much pressure on, okay, it's the start of the new year. Gotta do all these things before the new year. And can we just relieve that pressure? No, no. Like, this journey is more about being than doing. It's being before doing. And I think so many of you have been banging your head between do have, do have, do have, do have. Who you are and who you be is more important. It leads the way to the do and the have. And so much of this journey is unlearning. As we become, we actually have to unlearn a lot. And so, I I'm here to guide people and guide myself, but guide people. This is for you guys right now. So many of you did not have safe emotions in childhood. So, do you know how radically freeing it is to be able to come into this space? I just had the most beautiful sacred morning taking my own medicine in the sense of the soul talk method, the nervous system regulation tool that I teach, allowing myself to have safe space to cry when I lived probably 25 years hardly crying in suppression. Can we just acknowledge that wherever you are, whatever feelings coming up in your body? Can I just remind you that every feeling is good? Every emotion is good. Some of you have deep rooted anger and you've been told that anger is bad. And maybe, this is the thing though, maybe mom or dad did display anger in an abusive way. So you've interpreted anger as being bad, as being abusive, but you have a lot of anger maybe of what happened to you. And, I think so many of you guys, you have suppressed for so long that you don't even know who you are. And here I am saying you need to be who you are. And it's like, I don't even know who I am. And you can just start by giving yourself permission. Give yourself permission to ask, who am I? Who do I want to be? What do I desire? You don't need to answer that right now. You just need to allow yourself to ask that. When I started this journey, I went to pastor school, and this is why we need to create sacredness from where we come from, because the place that held me in confinement, in a mold that wasn't me, is also the thing that broke me free. Some of you guys are leaving abusive relationships. Some of you guys are walking away from careers that were someone else's dream, not yours. Some of you are walking away from structures and systems that have suppressed your pain even further. And so you need to start asking yourself these questions but at the same time, this is what I'm getting at. At the same time, the things that held you captive are also breaking you free, because you're done. There's a part of you that's just done with suppression, done with conforming, done hiding who you are. And it can feel really scary. It can feel really lonely. So, can I just give you permission to feel? Can I just give you permission to feel? And I want to remind you guys, like I've been saying all week, the doors to the Soul Talk method close on December 15th. It's like 10 days away. And I want to invite you into this space, because you will receive a step-by-step process to regulate your emotions, to free your inner child, to create the safe space that you never received in childhood. Our bodies, if they did not have consistency emotionally in childhood, this part of you feels very unsafe. And it is very hard to know who you are, to build a better life for your kids, to step into what you actually want when this part is continuing to be bypassed, when your emotions continue to be bypassed. And I know that we live in a culture where it's hard to put yourself first. It can feel hard to put yourself first. Once you start putting yourself first, you realize, oh my gosh, I have so much more to give once I start putting myself first. So, as you ask yourself that question, give yourself permission. Give yourself permission that it's safe to put yourself first. You have more to give. We have so many things that are backwards, okay, if I give to everyone else, then I'll receive. No, the new declaration is, I can put myself first and give to my kids. I can put myself first and have an enriching relationship. I can give to myself first and have more to give others. What are you declaring? Are you allowing old beliefs to rule your life? If you're not feeling good enough, if you are feeling lonely, if you're feeling sad, if you are pretending to be happy and everyone else thinks you're happy, but behind the scenes, you're barely holding it together and you're not sleeping, you need the Soul Talk method. You do. You need to be guided into a place to really see yourself, meet your pain, and start to create safety in your body. So everything else, when you make decisions, when you try to sleep, when you go into work, you are not bypassing. You get both. And I think there's so many of you, and I did it too, we fall for the belief that we can't have both. We have to pick and choose. And so you take radical responsibility by deciding, I can have both. I can have both. Maybe there's a decision that you're making where you're trying to decide between two things. Can you have both? Can you give yourself both? I also want to just acknowledge the ones who are doing this work, and you need to know how amazing and courageous you taking this step in this direction is. When you weren't given the nurturing and the safety that you needed in childhood, it can feel impossible some days. to create something that was never given to you, but it is your birthright. The safety that you crave is your birthright. It's actually your natural state. And so as you move into meeting your emotions, regulating, learning to free your inner child, trusting your decisions, all of that, you will come home. It's a journey home to yourself. Right now, you're living very disconnected, and it's like, got to go do all these things. And then, maybe I'll feel like a little bit good, but it's all temporary. But when you start to build safety in your body, what you receive is so much more clarity, so much more balance. Instead of having inner chaos, you have inner calm, you have inner confidence. Okay? There's a difference. There's a difference. But just give yourself permission that whatever's coming up in your body, can you give it safe space? I created this amazing meditation. It's coming out Monday. I released it to my Soul Talk members already today. I'm so excited because even myself listening to it back, because I channel and sometimes I don't even remember what I said. And then I'm listening back to it as I'm editing it and I'm like, people need this. I need this. People need this. My younger self needed this. And what this meditation does is it guides you into how to hold the safety of the emotions, but then brings you into your self-worth. Okay? When you work with me, when you sign up for the Soul Talk method, I am going to give you safe space for your emotions, but I am not going to allow you to get stuck in the past. It is a decision to step into your fullest self-worth, the life your inner child craves to have, the happiness, the peace, the joy, the abundance. It's all connected to this safety within you. If you want a safe relationship, safety within you, you can have both. If you want to have more abundance with your job, more cash flow, more safety with money, if you have a codependent relationship with yourself, you probably have a codependent relationship with money. It's all connected. It's all connected to the safety within here. And so, in this meditation, I guide you to hold safe space and to step into your worthiness. And as you're healing, you can have both, which is what I did this morning. So anyways, inside that meditation, I give a really beautiful big step that I'm going to release here right now because I think someone needs it. Put your hand over your stomach or just hold yourself. Give yourself a big hug. And just say, a part of me is scared or a part of me is lonely, whatever emotion is coming up for you. Just a part of me is feeling not okay right now. Just a part of me is feeling scared with this decision. And give space for that. Move into acceptance. Move into acceptance. So many of you are punishing yourself for having emotions. So many of you are allowing your intrusive thoughts, which, by the way, if you have thoughts that say you're not enough, that you're a failure, that you're bad, that's not you. That's stories from mom and dad. That's stories from the bully from high school. That's stories from the teacher that never believed in you. And you've allowed them to become your identity, but it's not your identity. So we want to take control back of our mind. Don't let your mind control you, okay? Sit with yourself and remind your brain that wants to overwhelm you, that wants you to be soaking and paralyzed by fear. Remind yourself that there is just a part of you that's scared. And the part of you that's scared or feeling uneasy emotion is your inner child. Your inner child is always with you. So give space for your inner child to trust you. Give space for your inner child to have unconditional love. Give space for your inner child to feel seen. Step 1. Then step 2, I want you to then continue to hold yourself or put your hand over your stomach. And I want you then to say, and, not but, okay? But cancels out the safety that we just created for your inner child. I want you to say, and. And I'm going to tap into the part of me that knows I'm worthy. And I'm going to tap into the part of myself that is wise. I'm going to tap into the part of myself that knows. You see, very often And why it feels like an emotional roller coaster sometimes is because you're healing the old stuff while also moving into the new stuff. And it can feel like a wobbly rockiness. That's why, some of my clients will be like, Sarah, I've been doing so great and now it feels like I'm going backwards. And I'm like, oh no, 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 no. You've created safety to hold the emotions that have been suppressed. So now the old emotions are coming up and it's like, your body wants to freak out and it feels like you're moving backwards, but you're actually just at your breaking point that you've needed your entire life. Okay? But what you need is consistency, which I teach inside the Soul Talk method, but consistency between the old emotions that need to be loved and felt and nurtured and moving into your worthiness and self-love. We are moving out of conditional, manipulative love, moving into conditional, safe, consistent love. And so you're going to feel the balance or the imbalance of both for a little bit. And so this exercise is really, really beautiful and really key because what you're doing is you're giving safe space, you're acknowledging it, you're seeing it, and then you're also reminding yourself of who you are. Remind yourself of who you are. You are love. You are love. You have just been taught an unhealthy version of love and you're moving out of it. Make this a priority and I promise you your life will change. We are here to rebuild love so that your body can guide you, not your trauma. I want to just add, maybe I'm going to release this now. So I have this meditation coming out on Monday, but what also is being birthed is a whole program and a whole course on mother wounds. Because so many of you have been expressing to me the mother wounds, and yep, me too. But the mother wounds, they run so deep because we sat in our mom's womb. So if your mom went through any type of abuse or neglect or unhappiness while you were in her womb, you felt that. And this is some psychology. I love bringing psychology into the mix because I want you guys to understand why things happen. I want you guys to move into mastery of understanding your body and your emotions. I don't want to just give you a tool and be like, oh, here's the tool. Cool, moving on. It's really, really important for you guys to understand how your body and emotions work and what happened to you in childhood and why you're having the patterns you have now. It's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. And again, making this decision in your life to take responsibility for your emotions will change everything. And I'm here for that. Again, the Soul Talk method closes December 15th. Message me to book a free call. Now is the time. Now is the time. You've waited long enough. So, what I want to share with you is, and some of you guys are moms, and this might trigger you because you need to heal for your kids. You're seeing your kids have the same trauma patterns or similar patterns because you have been really unhappy and you've been stuck. That's okay. That's okay. You're exactly where you need to be. You are loved and accepted in this space, and the next step is yours. And the next step is yours. Don't stay there. Let's go. Okay? So when a mom, and I want you to reflect on your mom. This is for you to receive. This is for you to receive. So I want you to reflect on your mom. When a mother is unhappy, depressed, anxious, that mother cannot nurture her child consistently. The greatest thing that you can give yourself, to give your kids, to give your future family if you desire, is the ability to regulate so that you are happy, so that you know how to wake up fulfilled. When you're anxious, depressed, and unhappy with your life, you are dissociated from fully being able to nurture your kids. Again, there's nothing wrong with you. This is just for your awareness and understanding of what happened. Okay? And we can change it. We can change it. We can change it. It's okay. But I want you to know this because so many of you guys are being hard on yourself and looking for what could go wrong when your mother literally could not give you the nurturing she needed. We were, I'm so happy that emotions are being talked about now. There's people in their 80s who were sexually abused in the church finally speaking up about it and getting the healing because that was shh when they were children, right? We are seeing we are seeing so much amazing change happen. And right, this is where we need to take sacred responsibility because suppression of our voices have been going on for generations and generations. And if you're listening to this, if you're resonating with this, you are the one to speak up about it. You are the one to change it. You already know that. So, what we want to do is just, again, give permission for that part of you to be seen. But I want you to know that it might sound really cheesy. It might sound really simple. Just be happy. But no, it's not simple. You are waking up with dread. You are waking up with panic attacks. Some of you are not even sleeping because you are trying to live your life with inner chaos, bypassing the part of you that feels unsafe still. So we need to build safety within your nervous system, the ground up, so that you can live your life happy and fulfilled and build the life. Build the life that you want. There is life after trauma. There is life after trauma that your inner child is like, when are we going to arrive there? When are we going to arrive there? I want the love. I want the peace. I want the fulfillment. I want the consistency. I don't want to live in this codependent spiral that when something goes wrong or when I fear something, I go into this haunting spiral where I just want to escape my life. It's real. The spiral, the fear, the trauma patterns that you are stuck in, they are real. Something happened to you that was unsafe. What trauma is it's not just, oh, somebody hurt my feelings, poor me. Trauma is when you experienced or witnessed a painful event and you were not given the nurturing to exit the freeze state that your body went into. And so many of us did not have safety, did not have parents that knew this awareness that your emotions need to be regulated. So a lot of you are still stuck in the trauma. A lot of you, when you don't even have to experience the trauma, you witnessed it from someone else. And so now your body's still in that fight or flight where you might feel good for like a few days, a few weeks, but then something triggers you and you spiral right back because your inner child has not moved into completion. So the work that I do is incredibly transformational and potent because we finally move your body into the completion that some of you have been craving for decades. How old are you? When did the trauma start? Your body has been living in a trauma response for that long. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It creates diseases. It creates chronic pain. It creates nightmares. And it's time to speak up about it. It's time to take the step and go, okay, it ends with me. It ends with me. You're safe to do that. You don't need to look at the next 600 steps. You need to look at where am I right now? And do I want to stay stuck in this or do I want to move forward? And can you make the decision out of the safety of where you're going and bring the fear or bring the old patterns with you? Some of you are trying to heal with the old patterns leading the way and it can't work. I love you. You guys are working hard to heal, but you're actually overworking yourself because you are stuck in these old patterns or you're just trying to heal through mindset and you keep getting looped in it because you have to have a new set of patterns, healthy patterns, safety patterns for your body to move into completion. This is the most sacred thing you will ever give yourself because everything else you want to build in this life comes after this. But I'm not here to promote like you have to be fully healed. Like, please, I had a big cry this morning. I share that with integrity because I'm walking this. I am a leader and I vow to be a leader who walks the talk. I am ever evolving. I am ever growing. Who I was a year ago, I love her, but she's not fully here. There's a new set of worthiness within me. And, that's what you get to receive as well. But I am very grateful. I am very grateful. 10 years ago, I couldn't get out of bed. I had chronic pain. I had gut issues. I was paralyzed with fear and insecurity. No one knew. No one knew. It's so easy to hide, right? And I made a promise to myself, even though I was terrified, that this wasn't going to be the rest of my life. And I sit here fulfilled, even though I still take space for my emotions. We have to check in with ourselves daily. And you guys I know some of you guys want that. And also, you don't know how to give yourself consistency. Let me guide you. It's okay to receive help. It's overwhelming trying to figure it out. I see you. I want to see you, and I want to give you safe space for what's happening to you and what happened to you. And then I want to rise. I want to guide you into that self-worth space that you've had glimmers of. You can feel into it. You desire it. We want to open that part of you up. You can have both, and you will start to shift within the first month or two. So the Soul Talk method closes December 15th. If you're watching this, if you're resonating with this, can you please give this gift to yourself? You are safe to stop delaying your safety. You're safe. You're safe. And no matter how you're feeling, whatever's coming up in you, tap into the part of you that's wise. Tap into the part of you that wants this healing. Let that part of you lead this decision, and the rest will follow. The rest will follow. When you come into the Soul Talk method, you receive VIP sessions with me one-on-one where I guide you through the nervous system tool so that you can receive transformation. We plan out a unique plan that you need, and we pair it with the nervous system tool. Then you receive beautiful modules that walk you through what you need for your inner child to heal, to build worthiness, to build trust, to build more spiritual power, to build your relationship with God, all of that, okay? And you also receive community support, and we do what's called a sacred healing ceremony every month. You will receive exactly what you need to. But it's deciding, okay, it ends with me. I'm going to start a new chapter. I'm going to start a new chapter. I'm here for you. I'm here for it. Send me a message. We have 10 days. What do you want to change in 10 days? Well, I guess, right? Like I said at the beginning, I don't want you to come into this with the pressure. I want you to come into this with a decision. A decision needs to be more important than your feelings, okay? If you're watching this now, go back to the beginning, because I give a really beautiful exercise where you give safe space and you tap into the part of you that's worthy. And why I'm saying this is because this next decision that you make for your life needs to be based in who you want to become, and bring the old stuff with you, bring the old fear with you. It might still be there, but do not let it dictate your next move. You already know what you're supposed to do. You already know. Trust it. It's safe. It's safe to trust it. I'm going to leave it there. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to giving you safe space. And watch out for the next amazing course that will come through. Probably in the next few weeks, it's going to be released. All about mother wounds and healing your mother wounds. So a lot is happening. A lot is being birthed. I want you guys to have the life that you crave. I want you to have happiness, and it's yours. It's already yours, but we need to meet that emotional pain. All right, sending you all love, and I'll talk to you later.